Hello, it's Nusplash once again, and we're here today interviewing Miss Angela Yee, radio personality for Power 105 FM in New York City. And Angela, it's just such a pleasure to sit down and talk with you. You've big influence to a lot of women, entrepreneurs, women that are looking to make their way through whatever industry in their career. So, you know, it's really an honor to sit down and be able to talk to you today.
Well, thank you. It's good to see you again, too.
Thank you. Thank you. We want to know what made you choose a career in radio.
Well, I would say this career more or less chose me because I was just doing marketing before this, and I was really trying to get a job in marketing at Sirius Satellite Radio. And I was given the opportunity to try out for the morning show when I wanted to apply for the job. So, you know, who would turn that down? Okay. So I took that, and then I really liked it, but I wasn't that good. So I just really focused on getting better because I feel like you could do anything as long as you just try to master it. So I spent a lot of time just studying radio, studying myself, studying my voice, studying my stories, just everything, and got better.
Okay, so who would you say are some of your biggest influences right now?
Some of my biggest influences, I really like Chelsea Handler. I think she's hilarious, and I like the fact that she just doesn't hold back on anything. I like Chris Rock. I've always been a fan of his. I used to really like his show, The Chris Rock Show, when it came on. Obviously, Angie Martinez. Anybody who grew up in New York was a big fan of Angie Martinez, and we're excited that she's over here now as well. So that's going to be a big deal for me to be working with somebody like that. Wendy Williams, I like how she did her whole career.
Wendy, yeah.
You know, it just having gone through a lot and being so open and honest about it and just putting it all out there for everybody to see. And I think in radio, you know, you have to look to people like Howard Stern also for just always making a situation better, from coming from, you know, having no money and no budget to getting $500 million.
And syndicated everywhere.
Right.
Okay. So, especially when you mention Wendy Williams, I think a lot of people look at her and they don't understand, like, the background grind that goes into it.
It took a long time.
Exactly. And when you get on the radio, you're not just spitting words. You have a lot of research and everything that goes into it. So, what would you say were some of the struggles that you went through to get to this point?
I mean, there was a lot. I think, you know, in the beginning as a female, automatically people just judge you a lot more harshly than they judge anybody else.
Agree.
You know, I think women, we're very critical of each other as well. And I think, you know, right now, even with guys, people focus so much on the wrong things. I think that if you've never done radio, a lot of people don't understand how much work and effort goes into it. So, and you know what? That's not their fault because we try to make it look easy. Because if it looks hard, we're not doing it right.
Exactly.
You know, it's supposed to look like I just came up here and just started talking and freestyling it, or else it looks rehearsed. So, you know, a lot of preparation goes into that behind the scenes. I would say that I think a lot of people assume because you're a woman, oh, she slept with this person. Even when I started at Sirius, you know, I had never did radio, and they were like, oh, who did she sleep with to get this job? That's the automatic assumption I think that people have when you're a female, that had to have happened. And I think people judge you very harshly, like even if you have a bad day or whatever, and just sometimes you want to go out like I am today and you're sweats and whatever, and it's a big deal. So I just think that people focus on the wrong things sometimes, and people are always focusing on the negative, and those are the people that are the most vocal. But for me, it has made me always had tough skin. I've always had tough skin. So it's something that I can deal with, but I know it's hard for a lot of people that struggle with that. But, you know, as long as you're happy and I'm pretty happy, I can't be mad.
Okay. Nusplash is all about, like, you know, community and connecting, you know, real life stories, real life events to the people. So we would love to know from you, what news story in your life, you know, was so impactful that you can remember where you were, who you were with, and what you were doing.
Let's see, what news? I remember when Aaliyah's plane crashed.
Right.
That was a big deal when it happened. I was actually in Miami, and I was with two of my friends, and I remember when that story happened, we were actually walking down Ocean Avenue on our way to go eat when we heard about it, and that was like a really shocking thing because she was so young and everybody loved Aaliyah so much. So that was a big story for us back then. I'm trying to remember some other things that happened. I mean, there's so many things because obviously every day I'm always getting different stories. But that was, for some reason, that always sticks out in my head.
Yeah, I think that was a big one for a lot of people. And just as a last question, we would love to know if there is just one piece of advice that you can give to that girl or that woman right now that's finishing school, or that person that's sitting home right now and they want to quit their job and they want to chase their dreams but don't know how, what would, would that piece of advice be from you?
I would say that there are no shortcuts. I know a lot of people that I've had intern for me, or people that I know that are co-workers. A lot of people are very impatient and they want it now, and they're like, okay, this is taking too long. I've been working here for this little bit of money, but I worked for a really long time with barely any money to get to where I'm at right now. And eventually, if you love what you do, there will be a payoff, and if you work really hard at it. I think sometimes people feel like, okay, I've been interning here for a year and I haven't, made any money, or I've been doing this for this long and I only make minimum wage. But if it's something that you love doing, you would do it for free if you had to, and you would keep at it and just always have a smile on your face and go extra hard. I used to work 7 days a week, like, 14, 15 hours a day.
People don't see that.
And people have no idea. And I actually took like a $30,000 pay cut to start doing radio, and that was a big deal for me. And I was always in debt. I never had any money, but now
That's
I feel
so important that you tell that part of the story.
Yeah, I feel like, things do eventually pay off if you love what you do and you get good at it. And you don't get great at doing something by just doing the same thing every day. You have to really work at it. You have to always try to improve yourself and figure out, okay, what else can I be doing that is supporting my goal?
Right. It's been such an honor sitting here having this conversation with you, getting to know more about you. And like I said, it's so important because you're very influential and inspirational to a lot of young ladies. And through you, they can see the light. They can see, the end of the tunnel for themselves. So it's just been such an honor. You can catch this interview at www.nusplash.com. We thank you.
Thank you.
And it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Do I get to eat these cupcakes?
Yes, you can get to eat these cupcakes.
That's the only reason I did it.